But we are live.
Alright. To talk about first. Xbox, PlayStation.
Yeah, we can talk about that, yeah.
Okay, well, nothing official has come out yet. Microsoft promise a business update next week.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, there is people talking about new Xbox console leaks and mid reports. Microsoft is abandoning brand, something like that. I don't know what. We don't know exactly what's going to happen.
Yeah, it's like. Apparently, here's PlayStation dev clarifying that Xbox's multi-platform approach won't lead to a decrease in quality for first-party PlayStation games. Anyway, Microsoft, there's an insider rumor saying that, Xbox exclusives are going to go multi-platform, such as Halo, Starfield, Indiana Jones.
Yeah, I think they're gonna go online only, I think. Digital only a bit in the future.
More than likely. And if that's the case, then maybe the Outer Worlds will come to PlayStation as well.
That means there won't be an Xbox console. A new one.
Yeah, well, they'd have to go multi-platform. If they don't make another Xbox console, here's the thing: it would be cheaper just to make it multi-platform than it would be to just, do an Xbox console.
Yeah, it's
Xbox games.
It's cheaper, but I don't think I like it.
Instead of making new Xbox consoles, Xbox games will go to Windows probably, and or PlayStation, Xbox Game Studios.
It's just another example of you ain't gonna own your games anymore. That's what it is.
It's cheaper. It's cheaper for Xbox Game Studios, and what I think they're saying is it's cheaper for Xbox Game Studios to just put their exclusives multi-platform rather than just make a whole new console just to shill out those games. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the only reason the Xbox, outside of exclusives, right? Every console has its own exclusives. PlayStation has Naughty Dog exclusives like The Last of Us, or Uncharted, or Ratchet and Clank. Windows has its own exclusives. Practically everything on Steam that's made by an indie developer is an exclusive to PC.
Yeah,
but because PC is a Microsoft product, their games also go there.
It's kind of like Xbox are saying, yeah, we officially lost the console war. We're not the top dogs anymore.
Well, that's been becoming clearer from a few more years. I mean, Halo Infinite, Starfield, Redfall, not superior games by any regard. It's like, whereas, no matter what you can say about The Last of Us Part 2 story, the gameplay was quality, and so were the graphics.
Yeah, but no one cares about that because that game was bad.
The story was iffy.
There was leaks before that game came out.
Yeah. But no one can deny that the gameplay is still top tier. It's still really fun to play. But I think I understand that Microsoft are essentially saying that it would just be cheaper and easier for their exclusives to go multi-platform, maybe on Windows, Xbox, and PlayStation, rather than just, shell out the money to make another Xbox, which would really only exist for exclusives because, games, third parties release their games multi-platform anyway. Like Ubisoft released their games multi-platform, but the only reason Xbox Game Studios exists is to have exclusives to Xbox and Windows.
Yeah.
And to.
The problem with Xbox is the way they named them. They named them stupid. Like what? Xbox 360, which is probably the best Xbox console for everyone. And then Xbox One, it's just like confusing. It's like the names are not good.
When you say best, it's outdated now, obviously, but during its time, that was the number one console on the market.
Everyone loved it. Everyone played it. Played online, Call of Duty, everything. It was all massive back then.
Right, well, the Wii was popular and the PS3 had its fans, but
I'm not saying it's the greatest console ever made, but it was up there. Like the best consoles ever made is probably PS2, PS1, probably something like that.
360 next to say an Xbox Series S or
yeah, why did the name is stupid? I don't like the name. The name is dumb.
well, it's necessary. Like if you were to put, say, the 360 next to a PS5, the PS5 would win every time because it's just a better console in every way compared to that older one.
It just needs more games.
But during its time, 360 was the king.
Yeah, everyone remembers fond memories of like console.
Oh yes, I mean, and the games for it. That was back when Microsoft exclusives were better than PlayStation exclusive. Gears of War, Halo, you know, they were just absolute bangers.
Yeah.
What else was exclusive for the 360 that was really good?
Can't remember the Xbox exclusives anymore.
Say that, you know, I say there's some bangers exclusive I can only name two. Oh, that's it. Fable and Forza. And in 2010, Alan Wake, Dead Rising.
Gears of War.
I don't think Left 4 Dead. Did Left 4 Dead ever come to PS3?
PS3? I don't think so.
I'll have to look at that. What's that? Left 4 Dead. I think this. No, it never did. Left 4 Dead was only ever on the 360, the Mac PC, and the Mac OS X. I think. What about Left 4 Dead 2? No, it never did. No, Left 4 Dead 2 didn't come out for PS3 either. It's weird that, but yeah, I guess that makes sense considering, you know, it was made by Valve, and Valve have Steam, and Steam is PC, and I suppose nowadays Valve have a better relationship with PlayStation than they do with Microsoft because majority of PlayStation exclusives have come to Steam, like The Last of Us, you know? Or was it Death Stranding? Was Death Stranding exclusive to PlayStation when it came out?
Yeah, it went to PlayStation, then it went to PC, I think, after that. You had to wait ages, PC players.
Yeah, I'm looking at now. Death Stranding is not on Xbox. But it's on iOS. Yeah, the latest, they've released it, I think, like the latest smartphones, the latest, you know, for the latest Apple iPhones have, you know, Death Stranding available on them, on the App Store. Anyway, this whole multi-platform deal, if you want my opinion, exclusivity has had its time. It's a load of bullshit.
Well, there's no point in owning anything then. Having a console, what is the point? You might as well just build a console for everything.
Sony, right, Sony are always going to make PlayStation because PlayStation can do so much more than just, you know, play video games. You can stream on it. You can watch Blu-rays on it, which you were able to do on the Xbox One and Series X. But PlayStation has the added benefit of having VR.
Yeah, so, but VR is too fucking... It's not as good as you think it is. It'd be better.
Well, it's expensive. What I mean is, it's a PS5 appeals to a wider audience basically because you can do a bit more with it than you can with an Xbox. And in my personal experience, it's so much easier to navigate the menu.
Yeah, the Xbox is so fucking strange. Like, The menu on the Xbox is complicated and it's annoying.
It's like it's very blocky. It's like
It's ugly.
And then when Microsoft brought out those phones in the early 2010s, and they had the same fucking operating system, with like Windows 8, and they had that same blocky system. Basically, they based the Xbox One and the Windows Phone around how Windows 8 looked, I think, and it didn't work very well.
No, it looks horrible.
Just really colourful blocks as a main menu.
But the PlayStation is better because you have the media menu and the gaming menu.
Yeah, it's like, I always found you didn't have that on the PS4. You do on the PS5. But I always found the PlayStation's easier to navigate.
Well, yeah, it has everything in one fucking screen instead of like, we have to go to the next across the look.
Yeah, it's like on the PlayStation 5, you press a button, all the options that you need to find all just pop up across the bottom of the screen.
Yeah, it's just a lot more easy and simple to use, and that's why people like it a lot more than Xbox.
That's what I think. That's what I'm saying. I think PlayStation, has just a bit more going for it because it appeals to a wider audience.
It's when at E3 when they're like, "Oh, we've got an Xbox One," and literally, that's the worst console probably. Everyone hated it. I remember that everyone hated it. Everyone's like, "That's awful. Why are you making that?"
That's not basically the PS5 though and the Xbox Series X. They are essentially gaming computers as home consoles. That's what they are. Their processing power rivals that of the most top spec PCs nowadays.
Yeah.
You can't really. I think you can only get like 120 FPS on 4K Ultra HD screens, but other than that, you can have up to 60 FPS on regular screens.
PlayStation simple and the name PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just a lot more better and understanding than Xbox, like Xbox 360, Xbox One, Xbox Series X. What is all that about?
Yeah, well, I go from Xbox 360. Everyone thought it was going to be Xbox 720, didn't they?
Yeah, a lot of people thought that.
Yeah, it's like just with one circle, now do two circles.
Of course, that's what we do.
What else have we got to speak about? We're straying away now, we're wasting a bit of time. Shit, what was it? Is it Quiet Place?
We talk about a quiet place, yeah?
Yeah, Quiet Place Day 1, which basically shows off the invasion of Day 1. The day the aliens get there.
In New York.
New York or Chicago or wherever the hell it's supposed to be.
Well, it's New York. It's better New York this film.
I noticed in the end of the trailer, the man on the island, played by that fella, what's his name, the French fella. You remember him in Quiet Place Part 2? He gets killed near the end, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, the guy on the island, the black guy.
Yeah, he's in the trailer, which, so he's probably be a part of the movie. Maybe they'll give him a name rather than just call him the man on the island.
Well, we didn't really get to know him much.
Yeah, but it's gonna be so tragic watching him try to survive in this movie, knowing that he dies like 2 years later in universe.
Well, he dies 478 days, 80 days, 480 days.
Something like that, almost actually not even 2 years, just over a year.
I saw that we had the guy who plays Eddie. What's his name? He's in the film.
Guy who plays Eddie.
Yeah, he's actually one of the characters in the movie. He's running at the end of the trailer, like down the street.
Who was Eddie again?
Stranger Things.
Oh yeah, I thought we were just talking about a guy. Yeah, I know you're about him. I thought you meant a guy named Eddie in Quiet Place. I can't think of any guy named Eddie.
No, he's just like in the trailer running. I'm guessing he's gonna die.
Well, he might not.
What a great place to set the film. A place that's never quiet. You set it in New York.
Basically, all you have to do is find, like, say, if you want to survive day one, just find the cupboard and hide in it and just stay quiet for the whole day.
So, yeah,
The city was gonna feast.
there's actually a lot of the creatures in New York. But then by the end, when you see them all dropping down, you're like, holy shit.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? The ones in the first movie, when we see them attack the town at the beginning of the second film, and that is essentially that those are only 3 of them. Only 3 of those aliens decimated an entire town. Imagine what that many of them is going to do to a city.
Yeah, especially there's going to be a lot of panic. No one's going to solve how you kill those creatures.
Well, you can't really kill them unless they expose themselves.
Yeah, no one to expose their weaknesses. You don't know them.
I find it stupid, though. I still find it stupid years later. You telling me that the most powerful militaries on Earth were fucking wiped out by a bunch of blind aliens?
Yeah.
I'm and hide my ass, you drop a fucking rocket launcher or a nuke on them or whatever.
I don't think that's gonna just kill them or anything.
Well, you got this newspaper clipping on the wall saying "No bullets, no bombs. Armor is impenetrable." Fuck off.
Well, it actually is. Unless they expose themselves.
For example, like, what is it? The Tiger II, for example, the Tiger II tank in the Second World War. I think it had like 100 millimeters of armor. I can't remember. I watched a documentary about it the other day. It had so much thick armor. It never once was taken out from a direct hit from the front. It was never killed. However, from behind, it was still destroyed because it was hit from behind several times. Now, many of them were destroyed because they were hit from behind. But, in order for armor to be impenetrable, it has to be that thick. Are you telling me that those aliens run around with tank armor on them?
Yeah, but although from a different planet, they're different than what a tank is.
I understand they're different, they're different to us. They come from a harsh environment. The only reason they're able to survive on those asteroids is because that's how they're built.
Yeah, but how did did their planet blow up or something? They just travel across the fucking...
John Krasinski says that their planet is from far away, and it suffered like a massive disaster that saw it be destroyed. And those meteors are actually the fragments of their planet that have drifted through space for many decades, a long time. And they've survived that long by clinging to these fragments of the planet until it eventually made its way to Earth, into our solar system.
Yeah, and they just crash landed.
But
and destroyed everything.
There's still no reason for why they kill people, because they don't eat us. They don't need to
kill for the sake of it, I think.
They just kill. Yeah, mate, whatever their motives are. It's like, are they doing it for the fun of it? Are they doing it because the noise angers them?
Their planet's probably really quiet like it was.
Apparently it was a really harsh environment. Apparently their skin is so thickly armoured because their planet was a really harsh environment and they needed extreme protection.
It must have been very dark too because they don't have eyes anymore.
Yeah, it would have been one of those, like, they're probably subterranean creatures.
Yeah, unless it's like really whatever, there's like weather that's just blocks out the sun in their solar system.
Mm.
And they just evolve without seeing.
It makes me funny though. It's funny that no one figured out before the Abbotts did that a bunch of blind aliens are vulnerable to sound.
They got very lucky.
But apparently nobody figured out that the aliens that hunt exclusively by hearing are vulnerable to high-pitched noises. No one figured it out. It just doesn't make sense to me,
Well,
how is
that family and a little kid who's obviously gonna play with toys, and they give him a fucking rocket with the fucking batteries in. and he dies. The first one is a lot better than the second one, though.
Yeah, definitely. It's funny that there's a lot of inconsistency with what the aliens can do, though. Because if you notice in the first film, once she activates her cochlear implant and it emits that high-pitched frequency, the alien gets so angered by it that it tears through the side of the silo as if it were made of tissue paper. You know, the grain silo?
Yeah.
And then later it somehow can't find its way inside the pickup truck that they're hiding in.
And they can't swim.
Yeah. They've got to be subterranean because if they can't, any creature that can't swim, you know, it's got to be subterranean, never evolved to swim.
Yeah, I just find it probably never had water on their planet or whatever.
But I just find it funny, you know, it can rip through a metal silo like it's nothing, but it can't get inside a pickup truck.
Yeah, they don't know how to, so they don't eat and they don't drink, so how do they live?
Well, that's the thing.
Are they just things that don't need to eat at all?
It's like, you know, it's not. That's the big mystery about them. They're not hunting for survival. They're senselessly violent. They're just they're immune to bullets. They can't swim, and they're blind for starters.
And they touch any sound, no matter what.
It's not like we can. It's not like anyone's going to be able to, you know, explain anything away. You know, it's not like other sci-fi movies where they're able to just, you know, drop some info on where these aliens came from and what their motivations are, because they're animals, predators.
Yeah, but the predators without actually needing to be predators.
The Death Angels.
No, that's
what
came to Earth and they had to end up on a planet full of people with noisy, who were very noisy. And then they just they don't even know what we look like, they just attack anything that they hear. No, they attack because they're annoyed with the sound. Does the sound annoy them that much?
Well, apparently, according to John Krasinski as well, I'm just reading here, they're not sapient aliens. They're more like vicious animals that are reacting, basically. Think, say, a cat reacting to a squeaky toy.
Huh.
What does a cat do when you throw a squeaky toy around? It goes for it, doesn't it?
Right, yeah, but and there's another thing, that you've got animals like dogs, cats, any animal makes a sound, they're all dead, so I guess we're gonna go extinct either way. I don't know, did it, because when you see that in the sky in New York, it's covered in like asteroids, so I guess they went all over the world. A lot of them must have died then in the water because half the planet's freaking full of water.
Another weird thing about them is that, you know, have you noticed in the films they tend to send electronics crazy, don't they?
Yeah.
Have you noticed in the film that whenever one of them's around, the lights start to flicker?
Yeah.
And then in the second film, when they're at the baseball game, that fella's the radio starts going fuzzy. And that's just when they see the asteroid coming down.
Yeah, the asteroid came down.
That's only one asteroid. The radio only three aliens. It took only 3 aliens to wipe out that entire town.
Just 3.
And then what is it? At the end of the first movie, they kill all 3 of them, which is pretty cool. Only 3 aliens. It took only 3 aliens to wipe out that entire town.
Just 3.
That's pretty awesome how we don't actually see them kill them. They kill them off screen. The only confirmation
it's right at the end of the film.
Yeah, the only confirmation we get that they managed to kill the remaining 2 of them is that they're still alive in the second film.
Well, that's what works about this film, because you've got the family that's got a deaf kid, so they've already practiced sign language.
Yeah, that's pretty much comes in handy now, being able to speak sign language.
And they've got, yeah, basically, and the tension comes from the wife being pregnant too. And well, obviously when they attack the man, the wife's having a fucking baby. And she stands on the nail too. Oh. Like, literally the tension just comes from all that. And the bit where it's in... But they can swim a little bit though. Because when the basement floods, it is swimming a little bit. I guess deep water, they can't.
Yeah. That's why they live on the island though. Because, they can't swim, so you're free to make as much sound as you want because...
Oh yeah, they figured it out. Like, very, like... Unlucky that boat ended up going there, because that boat, it could have gone anywhere, but somehow it ended up on the island.
Well, apparently, you get a foreshadowing for that at the beginning of the movie. Do you remember at the beginning of the movie where the reversing is that bus that's about to run into them?
Yeah.
And if you look closer, there's an alien poking its head out the front windshield. That fucking alien is driving the bus.
Is it driving the bus? Or it's crashed into the bus?
It looks like, from what it looks like, the alien it's navigating the bus closer towards the car. And so it's... Many people have theorised that that's foreshadowing that the boat doesn't just find its way to the island. The alien managed to steer it there because it could hear the sounds.
If that's another real, that is crazy.
They're animals. It's supposed to be just dumb animals, but they can, once they figure something out, they can manipulate it. They can use the boat to navigate themselves to the island.
The more you talk about these movies, the more you pick apart everything about it, you're like, that doesn't make sense.
I know, it doesn't make much sense, does it? None of it makes sense, that's what I keep saying. You're telling me the military, the entire US military, the militaries of Europe, of Africa, of Russia, every military in the world was wiped out by a bunch of blind fucking aliens. I think not. Don't give me that shit about them being impenetrable.
The rules are not properly set.
Well, it's just, I just find it hard to believe, that we'd be so easily defeated by creatures that can't even see. You'd figure something out, especially when it should be clear that aliens that hunt by sound, their weakness is obviously going to be high-pitched frequencies. Because that would just fuck with their ears. Deaf people,
we didn't have time to... We didn't have enough time to figure all that stuff out. People are already dead.
People who are born blind are hypersensitive to sound because that's their only way of, finding their way around, mostly, other than touch.
Pretty sure that the army would just get taken out very easily.
Well, I guess we'd never know, will we? Unless a bunch of blind aliens ever invaded us.
That's the thing, this planet's very noisy, so... Yeah, we're all probably be dead if that happens.
And here's the thing, what if those aliens managed to hear the noise somehow from space where there was absolutely no sound and managed to steer the asteroids in that direction?
God, don't go there. That's just taking it too far. The asteroids are actually ships.
And now, shall we talk about Disney and their woke game?
Talk about that, sure.
Or maybe we should just save ourselves the stress. It's up to you.
Well, we all know what Disney are, and yeah, we don't have to go into it. But we know what Disney...
One nutshell, we'll say that Disney, a few months ago, right, we'll start off with Flash Kids. A few months ago, Flash gets released a video. I think it was a year ago. Flash gets released a video taking the piss out of basically out of how everything Disney have released in the past few years has been just nothing but woke bullshit. You know, they race swap this character, gender swap that character, have a woke message behind it. You know, inclusivity.
It's fake inclusivity. It's not real because they don't actually care about it.
No, but I'm all for a bit of inclusiveness. You know,
Yeah, everyone. In the 90s or 2000s, we had like films like Rush Hour with people. No one cared about their skin color. They just cared because the film's funny and it's good.
It's like, you know, as long as you don't let it dictate how the movie goes.
As long as it's not like going on about it, like, oh, you're racist if you, like, if you're white or stuff. No one cares. That's what I enjoy film, and that's what I enjoy entertainment.
But anyway, Flash Gits took the piss out of how Disney are doing this, and they made it look like Disney are just, you know, playing a game. And when you get points depending on how many characters you can race swap, how many characters you can do with this, and you lose 50 points if you have to backtrack and apologise. And they're competing with Warner Brothers and Paramount and all that. Universal. But that would just seem like a joke until just yesterday, or was it the other day, whenever it was leaked that Disney actually don't care about inclusivity or wokeness. They just care about looking like it. They only care to be seen that they're actually doing something about it. So there was a chart released the other day.
You know what? To be honest, that weeks ago, it's been on there for ages. You can actually go on their website and search what that thing is, and it's basically racism.
It's only been brought to the attention now because no one ever does that. But basically, it's basically like, you know, highlighting Disney's their rules for minorities and underrepresented, you know, minorities like disabled people.
You can't make a show without it being some sort of representation or something like that.
In short, yeah, you can't make a film without representation. You have to have some form of, say, black person, gay person, transgender person, something.
Disabled or whatever.
And this, they don't care. It basically makes them look like they don't care about being inclusive. They only care that they look like they're being inclusive.
No, that's what all this woke shit is about. People have been calling this stuff out for a long time now.
And as Flash gets predicted, it literally is it does seem to be a game to them. They're just, you know, trying to score points.
Yeah, because if you like question it, you could get called racist, sexist, transphobe, whatever. And people just like, no, I used to like these films and they're not good anymore.
And Gina Carano is suing them up the arse.
Yeah, that's what we should talk about. Gina Carano is suing Disney and Lucasfilm for discrimination and wrongful termination. Because
she made anti-woke comments, basically, didn't she? Like,
she made comments that they didn't like. They wanted to put pronouns in a profile. She put beep, whatever. She put droid in a... And they all got offended, and she was basically calling out... They're saying that she was trying to say that she liked the Jews, when she never said that, exactly.
Yeah, so, well, that just looks like to be Disney trying to score points with their history of not liking the Jews.
She just like, yeah, because it was, what, 2020, obviously, I'm not going to get into all the COVID stuff, but if you question that stuff, you got labelled as anti-Semitism, whatever you could say.
Anti-Semitic,
yeah. They didn't like you saying question anything.
It is basically an unlawful ground for termination, in my if you ask me, because
I don't think you should get terminated for anything your beliefs, because that's your beliefs, and getting terminated for that is kind of a dumb thing. Like, it's like her getting the girl Scream getting fired because she questioned about genocide. She's like, I don't agree with it.
If you ask me, that's why it's like Disney don't care about what she actually believes in. They just don't want to be seen associated with her because that could hurt their image.
Well, it's getting worse for them because that image is getting hurt right now.
Just like I said, they don't actually care about being woke. They just care about looking like they're being woke.
No, they don't care about it. They literally don't. It's all about.
The fact they fired her over that is because, they fired her over the comments she made. Never mind that they negatively impacted Disney at all in any way. She didn't talk shit about Disney at all or anything like that. Now talking shit about your employer would be against company rules, because that would be grounds for termination. Because
it was nothing to do with. She didn't even mention Disney, did she? She basically mentioning what's happening.
Yeah, you're not supposed to talk shit about your employer because that just makes them look bad. So that is grounds for termination. But she wasn't even talking about them. So they basically sacked her for speaking her mind about something unrelated to Disney.
They don't like. Yeah. And now it's all coming out into the fucking.
Their image.
Yeah, they want to protect their image, but their image has been going down for years now. They've literally destroyed every franchise they have. They've called all the fans racist, sexist, and got rid of, and no one likes them anymore. And now this is just added on, and you've got Elon Musk working with the board member, Peltz, whatever it's called.
I mean, after seeing that chart, I have considered terminating my Disney Plus account.
I would terminate my Disney Plus account if other people didn't use it in the house, but a lot of people do.
Well, yeah, my nana, she watches Disney Plus, and so does my mum, and I wanted to watch The Bad Batch anyway. That's literally the only reason I still have that, is because of my nana and The Bad Batch.
If I'm honest, the stuff that I watch on Disney Plus isn't even Disney stuff, really. There's stuff that Disney didn't make, but they've got the rights to.
I watch Justified on Disney Plus. That's not Disney.
Yeah, my mum watches Grey's Anatomy. I watch Buffy on there. I've watched all different stuff.
It's so fucking stupid that The Walking Dead, the main series is on Disney Plus, but not all the spin-offs that have come out. Not even Fear the Walking Dead is on Disney Plus. It's like, they're leaving us with like, a glass half empty or whatever, a glass half full, because you can watch the main series, but you can't watch any of the other spin-offs, which is a shithole if you want to get involved in the in the world.
Because I know that Rich series starts this month and we can't even watch it.
Yeah, like the what is it? You've obviously watched them. You've watched the Maggie and Dead City one.
Yeah.
I've not seen that. I've not seen Fear the Walking Dead. I've not seen World Beyond. I've not seen Dead City, and I've not seen Daryl Dixon. And I really wanted to watch Daryl Dixon, but I can't.
Daryl Dixon is my favourite one that I watched because of just like it literally fleshes his character out even more.
Yeah, I've got no outlet to watch these spin-offs.
No, it's not fair. We should get it.
They should give us some way to watch it.
Yeah, because you used to be able to watch it on like Sky One, whatever it was, Sky.
I can't remember.
On The Walking Dead, you can watch it on Sky. I remember that.
Yeah.
But
anyway, let's talk about something fun, not
But anyway, fuck Disney. I hope they get what they deserve. They're
gonna get what they deserve. I mean, I love that the boys basically said that Vought is basically a really evil version of Disney now.
They are Disney.
They've got their hands in every little pie, They got Vought Plus and all that.
Yeah, let's move on to something that we will actually enjoy, because fuck Disney, they're shit.
So
this week on the podcast, we're going to be talking about our favourite comedies, and they're not in an order, like, we're not ranked them from best to worst. I just put them in.
We're skipping the War of the Worlds thing then, yeah.
Skipping what?
The War of the Worlds game.
Oh,
No, we'll talk about that after the video, after the comedy things.
yeah, I didn't know we were going to talk about that. So anyway,
Well, I said it before we started. Anyway,
the first one that I've got here is Step Brothers. I think Step Brothers is one of my favourite comedies that came out in 2008, I think it was.
I can't remember. I haven't seen it in years.
I know about how many times I've seen this film. Every time I watch it, the jokes just always make me laugh, even though I've seen it a billion times.
I remember, like, what was it? The one of the most pronounced jokes I remember is the bunk bed when it collapses on him.
Oh my god, there's blood everywhere! He's got a cut finger. Yeah, the bunk bed's just collapsed inside. It's hilarious. I remember watching that, and the first time I have to really kept rewinding it because that was hilarious. I kept laughing. But there's a lot of jokes in, like, I love when he punches his brother in the face and he's like, did we just become best friends? I'm gonna put my balls on your drum set.
I remember, what was it at the end where they forced that bully's head into a load of dog shit or something?
No, the bully makes them like the fucking dog shit. Then at the end they go on and they actually beat the kids up at the school. There's a lot of funny stuff in this film. I just need to. I've not watched it in a while, but I probably will do. And then the next comedy we've got is Land of the Lost.
Oh yeah, another Will Ferrell one.
Yeah,
that one is actually.
That's funny, that one.
Now, my grandma and my nana, she absolutely loved that movie. She thought it was hilarious. Especially the repeated jokes about the dinosaur not having a walnut-sized brain.
Yeah. So yeah, the T-Rex is literally stalking
the
him.
T-Rex, and later that night it throws a giant walnut at them, and it's like, oh yeah, it's personal with you.
I remember when they sing that song. Do you believe in life after? When they're touching the diamond, that's hilarious.
Last time you saw that movie?
I've not saw this movie in a long time. Danny McBride's in it. Also, they've got that weird looking monkey. I remember Danny McBride stays in the land at the end and meets the women, and they just like normal women.
Sorry about that.
There's a lot of funny stuff in this film. I can't remember most of it, but I do like this film a lot.
Can we still talk about Land of the Lost?
The third one is This Is the End.
Oh yeah, I was just saying before it cut out that my nana loves all the walnut jokes in Land of the Lost. And like, you know, when the T-Rex when he accidentally insults it, and later on it chucks a giant walnut at them, basically like, you know, it's personal. Yeah, she thought that was hilarious. Another Will Ferrell movie right now.
This Is the End is hilarious though, because they use like real names.
Another Danny McBride movie as well.
Oh, Danny McBride when he's actually passed out in the fucking bathroom and then he wakes up and eats all their food.
Yeah, like he wakes up and he's just eating all the rations.
He doesn't know what happened.
They're all worried up like, stop eating. They're like, no, stop. And then Jonah Hill just lags behind the back and he just goes, hey! He's not cared that Danny McBride's just eating all their food. He's just happy to see him.
Yeah, Johnny McBride uses all the water to wash himself.
He does, yeah. And then, like, for whatever reason, you know, he just uses the bottles of water to wash himself, and then just knocks all the empty bottles away.
And I love the part when he gets the gun and he's like, shoots him and he's like, it's a fake, you dickhead. You were trying to kill us?
You were going to send me out there with a fake guns. Oh, don't try to flip that. I was you to try to shoot us, you fucking dickhead. And what is it? When it's just a thing. Like, even without the apocalypse, waking up in someone's house and then just starting to eat all their food. You know, drinking every single bottle of water you can find. That's like that's just inconsiderate. You know, you don't just wake up in someone's house and start eating all the food you can get your hands on.
You literally slept through all the fucking earthquakes and shit. And Michael Cera getting fucking killed.
Well, he was high as a kite and he was drunk, wasn't he? So, you know, he fell asleep in the bathtub.
Yeah, I think he tries to put the water on it to realises the water isn't working, so he uses the bottles. I don't think he tries to put the water on. Maybe he does, I can't remember.
No, remember he wakes up in the bathtub and the first thing he does is he smokes a cigarette because you can see the smoke coming out of the bathtub. And then he goes and has a piss and he misses and he wipes it off his shoe and then he goes downstairs and then he starts drinking all the water and making breakfast. I mean, the electricity and the water, it must still work because he's able to make them breakfast. He's able to cook the eggs and the bacon. So the electricity was still on at that point.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I like the bit where Jonah Hill gets possessed by the demon.
Jonah Hill is no longer here. And he's like, is it, Jay? Is it compelling? Guess what? It's not that compelling.
Danny McBride obviously survives in the fucking outside and ends up getting Channing Tatum and his slave.
And Channing Tatum didn't know any of them except for Jonah Hill. And Jonah Hill was like, you know, why don't we get Channing Tatum for a cameo? So Channing Tatum shows up as Danny McBride's sex slave. And they thought it was funny, like, and Channing's like, you know, hey guys, what's going on? As they got this big muscular Channing Tatum to, like, you know, dry hump Danny's leg and go, I just love him so much.
When he's getting tucked to heaven and he puts his fingers up and starts swearing. He gets dropped back down, he's like, oh shit.
Talking about Dick McBride, he just gets dropped. And then Jay's like, you know, why did he do that? He was in the clears. Why did they let him? This is vanity, you know. You're not allowed to have vanity. Fuck you, McBride. Suck my dick.
There's so many funny parts about this movie.
The fact that, you know, he had his shot to go at heaven and, like, you know, he just blew it because he couldn't stop rubbing it in. And heaven's like, you know, fuck off, we don't want you.
Danny McBride didn't care anyway, he wanted to be on Earth.
I like when Craig gets taken to heaven, and the first thing Craig does is he's like just shaking in the light, and he goes, "Fuck yeah!"
The Backstreet Boys.
I think one of my favourite parts is when Michael Cera, when he dies at the beginning, he's so high and he says, "Who the fuck took my cell phone?" And after he gets impaled through and he gets lifted up through the air by the light post, his phone rings in his pocket and he takes it out and he goes, "Oh shit, that's embarrassing."
God, the next film is it's another Johnny Tatum's in it. Not Joe, it's Jonah Hill's in it. Super bad.
My name is Jeff.
Mike Mullen.
Yeah, I am loving.
I love how the cops actually know what he's underage, but they don't care.
Yeah. I don't know, my name is Jeff is Jump Street, not Superbad.
My name is Jeff.
Still Jonah Hill though.
Yeah.
It's Superbad's like, why the fuck does it say McLovin? Like, there is no first name. It just says McLovin. It says, why does it say 26? Right, first of all, everyone who rolls up to a liquor store with a fake ID has it say 21. How many guys out there do you think carry IDs that say 21? It's called fucking strategy, bro.
The cops
literally. He goes, I am McLovin. I am McLovin. What was funny, like, do you remember the Far Cry experience? Remember Far Cry 3? The villain in Far Cry 3? They did like a promotional movie that's set before the events of the game, where Christopher Mintz-Plasse, who plays Fogel, I think that was his name in the movie, goes to the island, and when Vass realizes that he's on the island, he gets on the walkie-talkie and starts talking to him, going, McLovin is here! He is here! He says, I'm a very big fan. I have seen all of your movies, even the shitty ones. And so he buries him in the sand. And if you in the game, you can go to a spot on the beach, and his head's still there, buried in the sand. He's the guy who's buried in the sand on the cover, Christopher Mintz-Plasse, McLovin, even though it doesn't look like him.
Well, the next film is Shaun of the Dead.
Oh yeah,
a classic.
Interesting fact here about Shaun of the Dead. It was made on a budget of $6 million, which is the same amount of money that was used to make. Wait for it, The Room.
It just shows you can make movies without a great budget.
No, you can make shitty ones. You know, The Room. I did not hit her. It's not true.
The one movie that everyone just talks about.
Yeah. Well, that movie was made on the same budget as Shaun of the Dead, and look how that turned out. Just goes to show you have the right director, the right cast. You know, you can either have
the right script, and that'll be perfect.
The right script, you have the best movie ever, or you have the worst movie ever. Though it's up for debate if The Room is a bad movie.
It's not bad of a movie, everyone loves it.
It's so bad it's good, Peter. You're tearing me apart, Lisa. But anyway, Shaun of the Dead. I think that was the first movie that Edgar Wright made.
I think it is.
Because they made Spaced in the early 2000s, which was a show. And then they did Shaun of the Dead, which, according to Edgar Wright, was set in some sort of alternate kind of world of Spaced, where it was the same, where, you know, the characters, same themes and kind of characters, but different names, you know?
Yeah, I love the bit when they're drunk and they come outside and then a zombie and it just starts. I love when in the morning when he wakes up, the hangover, goes to the shop and doesn't even see it.
He doesn't even notice the world surrounded, covered in zombies.
You could notice the blood in the fucking
fridge.
Yeah.
I love the best part of the zombies show some higher awareness though. Like he leaves the money on the counter and he says, "I owe you about 15p." And later, when they're trying to start the car, the shop owner's there and he's got his hand held out as if, like, you know, you owe me money.
Also, they do the line, "We're coming to get you, Barbara."
Yeah, apparently George A. Romero didn't pick up on that until Edgar Wright told him. But what was it? I love that, like, if you catch, like, every time someone says next time at the beginning of the movie, like, you know, Sean and Ed keep saying to people, "Next time I see you, you're dead." And then the next time they see that character, they literally are dead. It's like, you know, like the little kid that kicks the football at Sean and goes, "Oh, you're dead." And then what is it? Pete, you know, next time I see him, he's dead. And then the next time they see them, the kid's a zombie. But, you know, Ed still hates the fucking cocky kid because, and he just runs up to the zombie kid, pushes him, and goes, "Get lost!"
I remember the bit in the garden with the zombies, and they just start throwing fucking, what do you call them? Guess that plays out.
Yeah.
This is a shit song. Put it out. This is a good one.
Yeah. He goes, now some of these out, they're just cycling through the records, what's the phrase? Oh wow, what was that? I think it was Blue Monday. That was an original pressing. Oh, for fuck's sake. And he gets to probably one of the best take that's ever in movie history. He gets to Dire Straits, he goes, Dire Straits, throw it. The Batman soundtrack, throw it. Ah, Sade. That's Liz's. Yeah, but she didn't dump you.
Okay, next film is Hot Fuzz.
Oh god, that's
Hot Fuzz is probably one of the greatest comedies.
Hot Fuzz is probably the definition of a perfect film. Everything about it is flawless. Even there's only there's one goof in the movie, right? And that's when what's his name? Timothy.
What's his name? Timothy.
And the guy that plays Skinner, Simon Skinner, the James Bond actor.
Yeah, I know you're on about
Timothy Dalton. Timothy Dalton accidentally looks straight at the camera in one moment, one scene. For a split second, he accidentally looks down the camera. And rather than reshoot it, Edgar Wright added the sound of a cash register opening for anyone that did notice it. Because they're in the pub, and he goes, "What say we drink to their demise? Shouldn't that be drink to their memory?" Of course. And he looks down the camera for a second and goes, "Cheers." But when he does, he can hear the cash register opening.
Remember the kid when he tells the ginger kid, "How old are you? 18. When's your birthday? Every year?"
When's your birthday? 22nd of February. What year? Every year. Get out. When's your birthday? 8th of May, 1969. You're 37. Yeah? Get out.
It's meant to be perfect comedy. It's just is.
Yeah, just everything. You can't really talk about it because there's so much stuff in it.
You would have to dedicate the whole fucking stream just to talk about it.
You have to dedicate the streams to talk about it. It's like in Shaun of the Dead. At the very beginning, when they're in the Winchester, they describe the movie's events when they're getting pissed. So you know what we should do tomorrow? Keep drinking. Have a Bloody Mary first thing. The first zombie they kill is called Mary. Have a bite at the king's head. They go to Philip's house and he gets bitten. Couple at the Little Princess, Liz is the Little Princess and she lives with her two mates. Stagger back here to the Winchester. They literally pretend to be zombies to get into the Winchester. Bang! Back at the bar for shots. They literally use a rifle to fend off the zombies at the end.
Hello, CLS. Hello. Well, the next film, Jake, is The World's End.
The World's End, yes, the last of the Cornetto trilogy.
No, this is not. It's not the best of the trilogy, but I still like it. I think it's a lot better.
It's still hilarious as it by itself, and I love the role reversal between Nick Frost and Simon Pegg. See, in the previous two movies, Simon Pegg plays the straight man, whereas Nick Frost plays his bumbling sidekick. In this, while Simon Pegg is still the main character, he's not the straight man anymore. Nick Frost is.
I love how the more drunk he gets, the more enlightened he is.
Yeah, it's like Simon Pegg plays the drunk man child. But yeah, they said they had to go to classes to how to properly act as drunk. There's too much acting as drunk. Where you stumble all over the place, slurring your words and all that. That's too much. There's got to be that right level of drunk after a few pints. So you're not fully coherent.
TLS, if you haven't seen these movies, you should definitely go and watch them. They're really good.
My favourite part of the entire film is literally at the end when they're having an argument with the alien overlord.
Fuck off to Lego that.
Yeah, because it's like the whole you can't win an argument with a drunk person, no matter who you are. You can try and you will fail to win an argument with a drunk Englishman. Like the alien, the alien just keeps trying and trying. And it's like, why don't you just get your rocket and fuck off back to Legoland, you cunts? It was was like,
You
shut
fuck
up,
off, you
nobody's listening. So it's like, and and the alien is like, it's pointless arguing with you. You'll be left to your own devices. What, really? Yeah, fuck it.
Right. Oh, the next one is Scary Movie.
Hey, Shorty, what are you doing? Nothing. Watching the game, smoking some bud. Are you all alone? What's up?
I wasn't doing it.
I remember when it when Ghostface starts smoking out of the bong, and he's smoking, and he just goes, "Oh, I am so fucking stoned."
I'm so yeah, I'm gonna slice the nation, put a hole in your ass.
That's good shit.
I love the beginning bit where it says death or survive or live, and she goes to the.
I want to see. I want to know who I'm looking at. What do you mean? He sat on a deck chair reading the palm. Like, nice breasts. Like, what do you want? To see what your insides look like. And turn to page 36. Oh.
You buy some kids at the beginning too. Yeah. Yeah, I'm glad that you like my Bloodsport video. That was a good film. But.
He goes, I'm Gail Hailstorm, author of the book You're Dead, I'm Rich. We are here at the school where 3 students were murdered. Dad said bang. 4 students were murdered. And then the Black TV show was like, reporting live for Black TV. White folks is dead, we're getting the fuck out of here.
See you later. Oh yeah, he's like, I love the bit where the girl is like, oh my god, Mr. Killer, can I kill him? He chops her head off and she's still fucking talking.
And he just bins her head at that point. He was so fed up, he bins her head.
I don't know what you did last summer.
Who is this?
So it's like, run, bitch, run!
Well, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for? What am I waiting for? What am I waiting for? I'll show you. What are you waiting for? Fuck you! The guy that's going to jump from...
Yes.
They're talking about the killer toy world, the guy going to kill himself from the top of the roof. And she just starts shouting out, what are you waiting for? And he goes, what am I waiting for? I'll show you what I'm waiting for.
Off the roof.
Fuck you!
Oh god, take the piss out of everything.
What's the next movie? The second scary movie?
Yeah, scary movie too. Probably my favourite, actually.
Yeah. What's my favourite part of that movie?
I love the beginning bit with fucking The Exorcist, where she fucking pisses all over.
Oh yeah, The Exorcist, when he goes to, exercise her. He sees a head turn 360 degrees and he just goes, fuck this.
Take the small head. Take the strong hand. Oh yeah, when the guy makes all the food and he's not touched the what is it, the mashed potatoes or something.
Oh no, yeah, what is it? He shows them how he's making all the food. He's sticking his little hand in the chicken, in the mashed potatoes. And says, maybe there is something that you didn't hand prepare. Well, I ordered in the dessert, and he comes in, flicking bits of cream around at each other. My turn. Shoves his whole little hand inside the cake.
I remember the argument with the guy who can walk and the guy in the chair. I'm going to give you a standing ovation.
Why don't we give you a hand? Oh, that's... Why don't I give you a hand? Oh, that's so nice. Why don't you give me a standing ovation? Oh, I think I recognize you. Were you in Stomp? Okay, now I'm gonna be the bigger man and walk away. Walk away.
So fucking funny. I love when he gets turned. I love when Shorty gets turned into fucking. He gets smoked like a the weed smokes him.
Oh yeah, don't save me yet. I'm high as a motherfucker. I love the way like the guy in the wheelchair is dangling out of the window, and he reaches and says, "Take my hand. Can't you give me your other hand? No, you gotta take my strong hand." And he chooses to fall and die rather than touch his little hand.
The invisible, or the ghost, whatever it is, having sex with that girl.
The ghost has sex with her when she talks about marrying him. The ghost quickly gets up and runs away.
I remember the fucking puppet. The clown. Oh god, the clown.
He rapes the puppet, yeah.
The clown's like, oh fuck.
Hey, what are you doing? Oh, Uncle Ray's got a game. And he gets his dick out and he wraps his dick around him like a tentacle.
Oh, great film. Anyway, the next one is The Hangover.
First one's great. Second one,
The Wolf Pack.
Just a rehash of the. Sorry. Second one's just a rehash of the first one, if you ask me.
Bye, gay boys.
Toodaloo, motherfucker.
You wanna fuck me?
You motherfucker me?
I hate Godzilla too.
I hate Godzilla. I hate him. You gonna fuck on me?
Oh god, that film. On the whole fucking shit that we go through, it ends up being. Oh, it's on the move. The first one is never gonna you're never gonna beat it.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Mike Tyson punches him in the face.
It just knocks him straight out.
There's a lion in the bathroom!
There's a tiger in the bathroom. There's a jungle cat in the bathroom.
He didn't realise it from first. He goes in there to piss. He loses his tooth. He marries a stripper. So yeah, the second Hangover film is basically just the first film, but in Hong Kong.
In Thailand. Yeah, in Thailand.
Yeah, in Thailand, they were like. They didn't want it. This time they just wanted a quiet stag do, but instead he puts it in the drink and the marshmallows, and
yeah,
he hates that kid.
He hates him despite Alan being in his 40s, you know, he has an immature dislike of say like that. When people you perceive to be your best friends bring someone who they didn't tell you about to say, I don't know, a night out, you know. So like say someone, and you, if you're immature like Alan is, you perceive that as a threat to your friendship.
Well, yeah, he's never grown up properly, has he, Alan? That's the problem.
Well, that's the thing. He's in his 40s and he's still a man-child that lives with his parents.
I love the guy gets a tattoo. The little monkey that has all the passwords that they need. Oh, remember the first one? They're like, we need Doug back, and it's Black Doug, the guy selling the drugs. But yeah, the second one is, I still enjoyed it, but that's the one when he goes to the fucking that club and he ends up being like, woman is actually a guy.
Yeah.
That would not be, you would not be able to say that these days. The third one is the third one's not as bad as I thought it was. Not as good as the first two, but
I still like the third
it's
one.
still a great end to the trilogy.
Yeah.
And Alan finally grows up and moves on. He actually becomes a man.
He only moves on because he ends up going with some woman who's just as immature as he is.
Oh yeah, she's awful to her mum. Alan killed a fucking giraffe too. And what's the guy called? Ken? Is he called Ken or what's his name?
The actor.
No, what's the guy? Yeah, who plays in the film? What's his name?
Ken Young playing Mr. Chow.
Mr. Chow, yeah, Mr. Chow's in this, and he's an awful bastard.
We had a sick night, bitches.
He robs the gold from the guy that they've been hired to Chang. There's some funny bits, but it's not as funny. But yeah, that's good. 13, Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
Oh, that's a fucking classic.
I'm gonna fight the guy tonight. He gets his legs cut off and his arms.
I have no quarrel with you, good Sir Knight, but I must cross this bridge. Then you shall die. And then after it becomes increasingly clear that Arthur's beaten the Black Knight, he just does not concede defeat. Even when he's got no arms, he's like, "Oh, I had enough, eh?" Looks, Arthur's had enough. He goes, "Look, you stupid bastard! You've got no arms left." Because I have. Look, it's just a flesh wound. And then when he eventually just cuts off both his legs and leaves him as a stump on the floor, he looks around and goes, "All right, we'll call it a draw."
And then is this the one with the rabbit?
Yeah, the killer rabbit. The best part about Monty Python and the Holy Grail is that every member of Monty Python were Arthurian scholars. They were well versed in Arthurian legend. So even the rabbit that bites people's heads off is based on tapestries from the early Dark Ages depicting rabbits attacking knights in armor. And I think it was supposed to be a tapestry depicting cowardice, a knight running away from a little rabbit, basically.
The rabbit just kills all people.
Yeah, and they incorporated that into the film, which leads to a joke when they lose to the rabbit and they run away and goes, "We better not risk another full frontal assault. That rabbit's dynamite." About nearly 1,000 years before dynamite was invented.
Bring out your dad.
Bring out your dad.
Well, I'm not dead.
I'm not dead. Here he says he's not dead. Oh, he's on his way. I'm not dead. I'm getting better. You're not fooling anyone, Look, can't you do me a favour? He goes, "I feel happy." It says, when's your next round? I've got to go up to the Coopers. They've lost 5 this week already. Well, when's your next round? Thursday. Look, I can't keep until then. Can't you do me a favour? He's like, "I feel happy. I feel happy." And he just clonks him over the head. He goes, "Oh, thank you very much. Not at all. See you Thursday." And then Arthur rides past. He goes, "Who's that?" "Oh, must be a king." "How'd you know?" "He ain't got shit all over him." Oh, that's so good.
Alright, the next movie is Bullet Train. I love Bullet Train. It's great. Just a dumb, fun, stupid movie.
Yeah, it's like I just love I think one of my favourite parts is a reveal at the end that the guy who was supposed to be doing the job is actually Ryan Reynolds.
Take the gun. I don't want the gun.
The whole concept, the whole idea of him replacing Ryan Reynolds doing that cameo at the end, is that was Brad Pitt getting Ryan Reynolds back for his Deadpool 2 cameo in which he gets killed off immediately.
I love the person that's trying to poison him and he ends up poisoning her and he's like, "That's the antidote."
I'm so sorry, I thought you would have had a second antidote. I mean, that would only be common sense,
Eventually, all of it that happens, he doesn't want to do it.
Yeah, like after they both get stabbed the the poison, they both have a staring contest where they're looking at each other, waiting for the other one to go. For the antidote first.
Yeah. One of us called Tangerine, one of the characters.
Oh yeah, tangerine and lemon.
It's just a fun, stupid movie, really. I think you need to rewatch it. 15 is the Lego Movie, which is actually 10 years old today. I think.
10 years old today. Would you call that a comedy? I mean, it's definitely.
It has a lot of comedy moments in it.
I'd say it's more of an action adventure movie. It's definitely got some funny moments, but it's more of an adventure movie.
Yeah, there's a lot more to it. It's just has got comedy.
It definitely made me laugh though when I watched it today.
Oh, there's a prophecy, is there?
You made that up. And he kicks him off the ledge. And then, what is it?
Connie, where are my pants?
Because Lego is owned by Warner Brothers, like any media created by the Lego Group is published by Warner Brothers.
Yeah,
games.
That's why they have Harry Potter. They have superheroes. Batman.
Due to because Disney owned Star Wars, it was said that the Star Wars would never show up in the Lego movie, which led to a funny gag in the middle of the film where it turns out they lied because Han Solo and the Millennium Falcon show up.
Batman's like, oh, it turns out that hairy one is a dude.
The robot.
I'm the robot.
It's like
show's cancelled. Find your pants.
So yeah, found your pants. Show's cancelled.
I mean, it adds a lot of heart to the film too. So yeah, it's got a bit of everything in this movie.
Yeah, it was released 82 years after after Lego was founded.
They have lasers. They have sharks. Laser sharks.
Laser sharks. Rule number 1 of the seas: never put your rear end on a pirate's face.
The Superman and Green Lantern bit is great.
Batman's a typical alpha male as well. He's like sits on a. What was it? I said, sorry, babe, but if this relationship is going to work, then I need to be able to go out and party with absolute strangers whenever I feel like it.
Everything is awesome.
Everything is cool when you're part of a team. Everything is awesome.
Number 16 is Zombieland. Oh, I love this film. It's a classic.
Zombieland. Oh yeah,
absolute classic.
Just the fact that the world's in the middle of a zombie apocalypse, but all that guy can care about is finding the fucking Twinkie.
He wants a Twinkie, and our main character has rules like he has to follow. Like cardio or always put your belt, always check your back seat. They don't actually use the real names. They use is it states names or town names, something like that. But they don't use their real names. I don't think.
Instead of their real names, they use. Sorry, they're using names of like places they're familiar, supposedly from or familiar with, like Columbus.
Columbus, Ohio. Yeah.
His story begins in Texas, but that's only because that's where he's been attending college. His parents live in Columbus, Ohio, so it's assumed that's where he lives as well. Where he grew up. Tallahassee is from Tallahassee in Florida. But the two sisters are called Wichita and Little Rock, and from what I'm aware, Wichita and Little Rock aren't anywhere near each other. From what I'm aware. Which can only mean that that's where they were born.
Bill Murray actually gets himself killed. Because he's having a fucking practical joke in the zombie apocalypse.
I mean, I'm just looking at it right here, yeah. Wichita and Little Rock are actually about 349 miles away from each other, so fairly close by the standards of the United States, but, you know, not. I suppose that just means which towns they grew up in.
Yeah. I need to rewatch. There's a lot of these films I need to go and rewatch.
Yeah.
The next film is The Other Guys, which is another film I mean, I can't remember much of it, but I remember The Rock and Samuel, the cool guys at the beginning.
Yeah, Samuel L. Jackson and Dwayne Johnson, Highsmith and Dunstan, I think the names are. They're supposed to be like stereotypical badass action hero cops, and they just die at the end because they're so full of themselves.
Oh, they jump off the building.
They apparently fall so much in love with their own legend that they jump off a building not even realizing that it's going to kill them.
Yeah, then we get Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg as the main characters. I love on the post it says, New York's finest, we're busy.
Someone call 911, holy shit.
I don't remember much about it, just slightly.
They uncover some sort of like money laundering conspiracy that, you know, the police are involved in or some shit.
But the last one is The Nice Guys, like you recommended, and I've not watched this in a long ass time.
Yeah, 2016 it came out. That's
I remember it bombed at the cinema, but it was something original.
I don't know if it bombed. It definitely didn't do well, but it was very much regarded. It was definitely funny because I remember the one of the parts that always stood out to me is when they're trying to go find this character Amelia, and they go to a protest group, and they're all lay on the floor. You know, the protesting the smog polluting the air. They're all lay on the floor with gas masks and protest signs, and they're like, you know, asking questions. Like, we can't talk to you. We're dead. And it's like, why are you dead? Because it's like the smog is polluted the air. We're all dead from it. And he's like, what? The gas mask didn't save you? And they're walking down the steps, and they accidentally step on one of the hands, and she goes, "Ow, fuck her!" He goes, "Sorry, I thought you were dead."
Yeah, I need to. I can't remember anything about this film.
There's a bit where they go up in the elevators, like, you know, to find some girl, and she's meeting with some really tough guys, and they go up there and they find that the assassin John Boy is already killing them all. So rather than go risk it, they just immediately nope the fuck out of there and get back in the elevator and leave the building.
Well, we got anything else you want to talk about?
Or is that all of it?
What's 18 comedies that I have? But well, I forgot to add Dodgeball, which is another great comedy.
Balls. Yeah, that movie's pretty old now, isn't it?
That is an old ass comedy, yeah. It's still great. If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. If you can dodge traffic, you can dodge a pole.
Yeah, it's just so nonsensical, isn't it?
He gets killed by a sign that says, "Well, look at the Irish." There's a ball. Yeah, it's a lot of great moments in that. Fred Still is a great, he's great in that role of, like, the arsehole.
I remember though that, like, what is it? Yeah, and he gets really fat at the end, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He dances to Milkshake, like, my milkshake bring all the boys to the yard, and I'm like, it's better than yours. I remember Peter Griffin going like, you know, his movies are terrible. But yeah, right, anyway, to finish up, I think I should talk a bit about this War of the Worlds game.
You must, okay. I don't know anything about this game, by the way.
Well, you can find it on Steam and wishlist it. Basically, it's based on the 2005 movie. And in essence, you create a character and you're dropped into the world on, I don't know, any day you're choosing. It can be the day of the invasion or a few days after. And the goal is to survive in this open world New England environment, northeastern United States, against tripods, aliens, and wild animals, starvation, dehydration, stuff with those, the elements, so on and so forth. And the AI for the tripods is actually really scary because just like in the movie, they will roam the countryside looking for people, and if they think if they suspect that someone like you is hiding inside the building, they'll send that fucking snake probe in to look for you.
Oh god, that just sounds pretty. You can make a great game of that.
Yeah, and not to be out there, like the aliens do come down like the tripods to find you as well. So for that, they give you guns. But the main threat, of course, is the tripods, and they can vaporize you, they can harvest you, they can step on you, and you don't even. And just in case this game ever gets copyrighted by Universal, they've already built original tripods. Because the main tripods that they've been using in all their showcases are directly taken from the 2005 movie, straight down to the sounds they make. But you can choose to have original designs which look similar to the 2005 Alien tripods, but are also very different. They're bigger for starters. But yeah, it's an open world survival horror where you have to, like DayZ, you have to manage your. Think basically DayZ, but with giant tripods stalking the countryside.
Oh. I hope it doesn't get copyrighted because it's still like a cool concept of a game.
Well, that's the thing. War of the Worlds is in the public. The novel is in the public domain, so anyone could make an adaptation of it.
Yeah, that's when we got a bad series. But
this game is specifically based on the 2005 movie because the tripods are the ones in the movie. So are the aliens. It's specifically set during that movie. But if they do get copyright struck, like I just said, they've already got alternative models of tripods available to use. They've even changed the sounds, the foghorn noise that they make, even the fucking sound of the death rays that they fire. It's all different. But it generally looks scary. Something as little as a flashlight can lure one of them to you, because if you're walking through the forest, it will see your light if you're not careful.
Yep, that sounds like an awesome game, and it can be creepy a bit.
I watched an hour-long presentation of it the other night, and you can also play as the tripods if you want to. You can choose to either play survival horror as a human, or try and kill as many humans as possible as a tripod.
What would you be?
Personally, I mean, I'd probably just be the human. I mean, being a tripod's cool, but that's only for a bit of fun. I'd love to see just how good I'd be at surviving against the aliens in War of the Worlds. Because even the red weed, they harvest your blood, they vaporize you, they choke you with black smoke, and they try to convert our world into theirs with the red weed.
That is a great movie anyway, War of the Worlds. I love it. Steven Spielberg one is just fucking great.
It's terrifying as well. It's not the most faithful adaptation of the book, but it captures the tone perfectly.
Yeah, the part where he gets home and he's covered in people that were vaporized.
That's just what the book's about. It's just a random civilian caught in the middle of an interstellar war, an invasion.
Yeah, he gets his family out of there.
He's not a soldier. He has no military experience of any kind. They're just, traveling, trying to survive, while these aliens are attacking humanity all around.
Yeah, and then that's when at the end when they find out that the humans didn't really defeat the aliens. The germs did.
Miracle. Yeah. In the novel, it's because in the novel he drops his wife off with his brother in London, and then a few days later he finds out that another tripod has been seen at London, so he makes his way down there. And his wife and his brother are able to get on a ferry out of England, but he's left behind. And a few weeks later, when it looks like everyone in London is dead, he decides that, it's not fair that he's still alive. So he decides to commit suicide by giving...
I think we should end the stream there.
He surrenders himself to the Martians, and just at that point, when he's ready to be vaporized, the Martians die of disease.
Yep. Well, my tea there, so I'll end the stream. Thanks for listening. See you later.
Bye-bye.